Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Whoa. How y'all doing on this fine Sunday afternoon? Shout out where you're from. You know how we do this. Shout out where you're from. Shout out where you're from. You know what time it is. It is Sunday afternoon. There's a lot going on in the world today. Cosmic, is it Jakai? I'm just call you Cosmic. How you doing, Cosmic? Looking great. Hello, Cali, Atlanta, Georgia. Hotlanta, baby. You made it to Huntington Beach? Yes. Glad to have you back at the beach. Is it nice and sunny out there? It's JD? Can you send me like a voice message so I can say it right? Zimbabwe. You all the way in Zimbabwe? Let's go. A lot of my followers are in Africa. How do I stop feeling insecure about my boyfriend's ex-friends with benefits? Well, why do you feel insecure in the first place? Let's start there, right? Let's talk about the actual problem. Looking for a surfing buddy. Man, if only I knew how to surf, I'd be outside. Tyler, Texas. Do you think women have a problem dating disabled people? I don't know. What do you mean? What does that question mean? Like, what do you mean? What kind of disabled? That's the first time I've ever been asked that question. Question, he broke up with me but still calls after the breakup. I don't understand. Because he is going to use you to regulate him. See, the problem is when a lot of guys break up with you or when you break up with them and it's over and you both know it's over, one of the problems is that regulation comes in because after a breakup, I have to go through a grieving stage, right? That's how breakups normally work. I have to grieve. The problem with some of these guys that you're dating is that they're terrible at regulating themselves. So instead of grieving, they come back to you, not because they actually want you. Don't get it confused. A lot of the times it's not because they actually want you, it's because they don't know how to, they're not regulating themselves. So they come back to you to cope. You're a coping tool. You're not even a person to them anymore. So when a guy breaks up with you and he's really, really done, if he's really done, but then he starts calling you and trying to hang out with you and trying to get those benefits, is because he hasn't let go of the feeling. So someone can use you as a coping tool and not actually care about having you. And ladies, you got to be very careful with guys like this because guys like this are everywhere. They use women. They use you as void fillers when they can't find what they want for a while. When they break up with you or when you leave, they're too attached and they want to fill the void. You got to be careful with people who do this. A lot of people use other people to fill in for the fact that they haven't found their person yet, or for the fact that they don't want to be alone, or for the fact that they are scared they're going to grow older and they're not going to have anyone. People will use you as a panic button, right? And not actually care about you as a person. A lot of people use people. This happens all the time. And they mask it as love. They mask it as love because they want you to feel good about this. It's manipulation. Let's see. Thank you, Myra. Good to see you. Got your picture of the book. We're going to be putting that up soon. Thank you for the rose, Myra. How do you, whoa, hold on. I felt and I've done it. Yeah, a lot of us. Thank you so much for the roses again, because Myra is in the house. Puerto Rico, stand up. How do you know if you are used as a panic button? Well, it depends. There's a lot of different ways. Thank you, Giovanna, for the rose. Thank you so much. It really depends, right? It's a case by case. But I would say one way to know for sure is when they care more about their needs than yours. Like you said you wanted a relationship and this person never talks about it. you say that you want to connect more intimately, mentally, and emotionally, and they're worried about the physical, that's one way to know you're getting used because they don't care about your needs. They just say they do. But there's cognitive dissonance, right? Not only do they not care about your needs through their actions, but they also justify it and they excuse it. That's one way to know that you're being used and they don't actually care about you as a person. She keeps pestering him to meet her alone and somehow about me to him. So she's pestering him. So it sounds like the problem is not her. The problem is your man. Your man keeps giving her a space to feel comfortable enough to relay these messages, and he's not drawing a boundary. So you're insecure about the wrong thing. It's not her fault that she's playing her role. If anything, you know what that means? That means that she's showing you who your man is. Because for some reason, she's still trying to get him and her together alone, and they used to be friends with benefits, and he's got a girlfriend. So the fact that he's allowing this space, you need to be looking at him, not her. She's a villain, but at the same time, she's revealing something, right? So I'm just saying, like, this is your dude is, he's not drawing a boundary. Like, honestly, Giovanna, thank you for the rose again. If I was in a relationship and let's say I had some past friend that, you know, my girlfriend felt nervous about, right? And that past friend starts saying funny stuff. She starts talking about my girlfriend bad. She starts saying we need to meet alone. I promise you, I'm cutting off that. I was about to cuss, but we're on live. I'm cutting that off because number one, you're never gonna disrespect my girlfriend or my wife or, you know, the significant woman in my life. That is a huge, huge deal breaker, even as a friend. Number two, I wouldn't be friends with someone that I used to share benefits with if I'm in a relationship. I just think that's a little bit contradictory. Like that's like counterproductive. I don't want there to be that energy in our relationship. Our relationship is new. Well, this is us. This is our space. I don't want someone who's had me before to be around us. Like for me, we're not friends because in my opinion, if we like sleeping together like that, we're not really friends. We're not platonic. Like if there's something that we're always gonna want each other with that stretches beyond just conversation and hanging out, if we're getting physically intimate to the point that we could create a baby out of this, there's no way in hell we're friends. Like, let's just keep it a buck, right? How do you think you know what? When both people are ready for marriage. So here's the thing. The way you know, I would say talk to someone. Talk to someone who's a professional first. But the way to know on your own is you're getting all of your needs met and you feel good about getting their needs met too. You feel good about giving and receiving, and there's not confusion. Comment on immature men. What about them? Why do men target women who are kind and caring and take advantage of them with their trust? And then when you confront them, they make it look like you're the problem. So manipulative men target women like this because they know that you're forgiving. See, women who are kind and caring are very similar to these nice guys, right? You're gonna do what you have to do to make sure the other person is happy, but you're gonna do it at the cost of your own expense. So here's the thing. Those manipulative men target women that don't have good boundaries. Because being kind and caring doesn't mean you don't have boundaries. You can be a kind and caring woman. They mostly target and stay with women that don't have strong boundaries and prioritize the relationship more than their own mental health. Those women are prime people to be pursued because they don't know how to say no. And even when things are bad, they still don't say no. So that's who they target. It's not just being kind and caring. It's the fact that you don't have strong boundaries. Because let me tell you something, if you had boundaries, you wouldn't be in these, a lot of y'all wouldn't be in these situations. If we learn how to move on, or we learn how to be strong about it in the beginning, or even after we say we fall in love, you know how many of us wouldn't have to be struggling this long? How do you get a hot guy to come up to you when you know they like what they see? Bartusha to come up to you. Why does he have to come up to you? Why can't you go up to him? Why does it matter? If you really like him, why can't you just approach him? Why are we playing? See, this is what's happening right now, is we're playing games, right? If you like somebody, say something. It doesn't matter, man or woman, girl or boy. You approach. You can do it. Because otherwise, like, there's actually a statistic that says women are more likely to get the options they want if they put themselves out there. Like, I could be honest, even for me, I would probably consider women that I wouldn't even notice if I was out on the street like that. If they came up to me. If they came up to me, I might actually second guess myself, because I'm like, oh, I didn't even know you were an option. Well, let's talk, right? Like, I would probably even double take myself. We got to change the game a little bit. Hold on, I got messages all on TikTok. I thought you couldn't chase a guy. There's a difference between chasing and pursuing. Chasing is running after something that runs away from you. But we attract, we don't chase. So you're going to apply. So here's the thing. That rule, anytime you say a rule that's just universal to every single person, then you're staying in a box, which is fine if you want to do that, but you're keeping yourself in a box where meanwhile, there's multiple ways to make things happen. There are women that have put themselves out there. Not every woman just waits around for a guy to talk to her. Some women are willing to go out and talk to men, and then guess what? Sometimes they score. Sometimes they meet their husband. Sometimes they meet a man that's a provider and a protector and does all of that just because she said 2 words. So that doesn't speak for every single woman, because I personally know women that go out of their way, and they've gotten, I know women in marriages right now who went out of their way. So I'm not saying to do that, but we got to stop. Here's what could help us. Universal rules are going to hold you back from the exception. Because that's just making it so you don't want to be the exception, right? Because every situation doesn't have the same dynamic, same outcome. I'm about 52 and have been single for over 21 years, completely single. Okay. Do you like that? Or what? Where do we find good men? Good men are everywhere. Good men are everywhere. What matters is your lens, right? Your lens. Because if you do not have the right lens for good men, then you will not see them. They will walk past you on the sidewalk and you will never know. That you have to correct your lens. Hey y'all, just looking through all the comments. Y'all are rolling on the comments today. Aren't men supposed to pursue? They are hunters. Are we back in the Cretaceous era? You see, here's the damage. Like, and I understand what you're saying. This is actually a good point. This is another one of those universal rules, right? If you apply that rule to every single guy is supposed to be the same exact way, right? So then, if you're gonna apply statements to biology, then that means you can't complain if we're all narcissists. We're guys, right? So we're all just supposed to be narcissists, and you're all supposed to be women that do what we want. You see how that sounds? We are human beings with different personalities, different conditioning, different thoughts, different healing, different ways, right? Our brains formed differently. So that means that no two people are exactly the same. So that's why I would say universal rules, you want to stay away from them because they will have you believing that everyone looks and acts a certain way, and you might miss some opportunity to see that there are differences in people. How do you get over the hurt of a breakup discard? He directly went into a rebound. You'll have to join my exclusive group. By the way, if you join my exclusive group this Wednesday, we're gonna talk again about how to talk to a narcissist manipulator, and we're gonna talk about in the meeting, so you still have time, there's still a few spots available, and you can get a one-on-one with me. And you can get a one-on-one with me if you apply. Well, just send me a DM. Send me a DM. My narc ex constantly tells me I'm a bitter, nasty woman, and my son will realize this in time. Well, I mean, what's the question? Sorry, but you are so sex. See, I can't say that. I can't say that, but thank you. I appreciate that. Self-awareness is critical when approaching dating and relationships. Yeah, and if you saw the study on LinkedIn, I think there was a study that said only 15 to 20% of people in the US are actually self-aware. Had a horrible breakup with a selfish, manipulative narc last year, and I'm struggling with dating because I can't trust anyone who approaches me, so I've given up. Okay? You can give up if you want to. After I left my narcissist, now I don't see everyone the same. Well, maybe you need to heal. Right? Or now you don't, oh, sorry, you meant the other way. Like you see that there are different kinds of people. Yes, yes. Honestly, what you want to do in the dating field is make sure that you are looking at a person for who they are, not for what you think. Because a lot of us do that. We look at a person through our own lens, right? We say, you're this way. And then like that's part of what we talk about like with empathy, right? We say we're empaths because we relate to the pain another person is feeling. But at the same time, empathy is also understanding a person outside of yourself, not just saying, I relate to the pain, so I bond with you that way. That's looking at a person as is without adding your own elements into it. That is what you want to see. Because that's why a lot of us cannot get out of these bad relationships. Because we keep thinking, for example, we say, oh, that person is cheating on me. If I were to cheat, I would do it because I felt that bad. So that person must feel that bad because that's how I would feel if I cheated. And I'm like, yo, that person may be another one, like a totally different kind of individual. And you're trying to, it's almost like because you want, the reality is you want to excuse this behavior and understand, and you say you're trying to understand it, you want to excuse it. And what you're doing is saying, well, maybe I need to do. So what you end up doing is you start trying to help that person with things that would make you feel better. And then you take it the wrong way when they don't like what you do. I tried to just talk it over. Why aren't they listening to me? Why do they keep getting angry? Because they don't want you to talk about it. That's what you want. If you felt like you were in pain, you would want someone to talk you through it. Thank you for the heart. Thank you for that, Crop. But the reality is they don't want talk. They want you to be quiet or they want some time alone. But you're like, no, I got to keep fighting for this. I got to do it. That's what you need though. And then you're actually making the relationship worse because you're projecting your feelings onto them, which shows that you're not thinking outside of yourself. You're actually very selfish. and you're calling yourself empathetic, right? No, that's not empathetic. That's selfish. Thank you, Crop. Thank you so much for the snap fingers. But see, we label words the wrong way a lot, and that's what's causing a lot of our pain too. We're doing the opposite of love, and we call it love. We're selfishly projecting our emotions onto people to excuse their bad behavior and the fact that we settled and we lowered our standards, and we call it empathy. People cheat on us 10 times, and we say they must love us. Like, we love to justify bad things people do to us, and then we say they're the bad guy, but we're doing the same thing as them. They justify cheating on us, we justify staying, even though that's not us. So how are we any better? You know what I mean? So, and I say this with love, but we are not better. And then because we think we're the better person, we think we can be the ones to help them. So then we take this authority position and say, I'm better, right? Because I'm not the one cheating, you are. So because you're the one cheating and I'm the one that stays because I have empathy, I'm gonna teach you empathy. So you're gonna teach this person how to selfishly project and not hold on to your standards. Why in the world would they want that? You don't teach someone how to force them to do what you need. That sounds like grooming. You think this person is weak, you think that they don't know much, so you're gonna fill in the gaps of what they can't do with what you think is good. And that way, when they figure it out, it's gonna be just for you. To me, that sounds like grooming. We're groomers. I think I need that one-on-one session. Go ahead and send me a DM. He recently told me that the more I react, the bigger I demonstrate emotionally. To retreat from what's now my crazy. He can learn that behavior, but not how to correct it. No, he doesn't want to correct it. See what I mean? This is a perfect example of not looking at someone for who they are. You're saying, oh, he notices the behavior, but he doesn't correct it? He can't correct it? No, he can. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't care to. You care. He doesn't. He wants to continuously be a victim, and he doesn't really concern himself with getting out of that. So yes, he can correct it. Yes, he can notice it and he can do those things. He don't care. The person you just described is a control freak in the dating styles, right? The one who has to win. Good question. So the person who projects their own emotions onto it in order to gain control of the situation would be more of the control freak. Yeah. They're trying to control because they're trying to use their idea of how things should go as a form of control, right? You need to do what I say because the reality is I can't walk away. I can't go find better. So because I don't believe in myself, I'd rather force you to do more so that you can make up for the fact that I actually don't think I can get better or I don't have confidence in myself. So, yeah, that's more of a person who's trying to be controlling. Instead of finding someone that can give them a mutual relationship, they'd rather control someone that they feel is wounded or traumatized or a manipulator. And it's like two sides of the same coin, right? You know, I give up on dating online. They all want attention and not connection. So that's not true about every single person, but there is a good number. And giving up, I understand, but that's not every single person. There are some people on there that are genuinely looking for something real. But yeah, you got to weed through. The whole point of dating apps is to kind of use it as like a plan B. You know, like you don't want to make dating apps your number one for getting dates because it can get very annoying and it's a lot at once, right? You match with like 10 people and it doesn't work out. That's 10 hits. You know, I don't think our brains are even meant to process that kind of, you know, volume, right? Because normally we would go out, we'd go meet someone, you talk to maybe one or two people that night, and then that's it, right? So now we're like, let's go hyper speed. Let it not work out with like 10 people in a day. Dang. See, that could be a little bit jarring. Can you make someone feeling bad regret hurting someone, or do they have to self-reflect to realize? Thank you, Tavia. See, here's the thing: you cannot make someone do anything, right? You cannot make them do anything. That's what manipulators try to think. If you try to tell yourself that you want someone to feel a certain way by reacting a certain way and try to force their emotions, that's manipulation. That's what narcissists do, right? So, no, you cannot make them, but they can choose to feel hurt. So, what I would say is you shouldn't have to make them. They should be willing. So, for example, if I'm a guy and I truly love you, right? Like I love the crap out of you. You're everything to me. If something happens with you and you're upset, I'm choosing to feel hurt from that. Because the last thing I want you to do is be upset. So I'm looking at you and I'm like, that's my girlfriend, that's my person, that's my everything. And she's upset right now. I don't like that. I want to take action. I want to help you feel better. I want to be this person. So I have to choose to be willing to work with that, right? Now, people who don't care, they can literally not choose to feel bad about how you feel. They might feel bad about losing you because they were using you. But that's all they're mad about. They're not really mad. That's why when a lot of us end up in these manipulative relationships, we're with people that don't care about our well-being. They just care about what they can gain from us. Got to go through the probationary period. Exactly. You do the 90 days, you know, like probation period. And I was married for 22 years, so it's a new world out here now. It is. 22 years out the game is wild. Because right now and dating and relationships and marriages have changed how they run over time, right? It used to be different. So who got married at the age of two? I wasn't married 22 years. That was somebody in the comments. Are you trying to be funny? I thought you said it. Nah. What do you call someone that thinks being confrontational is an argument? Well, I would say it depends. If you're trying to challenge me and you get loud or you use words that are triggering, then I would say that's trying to be argumentative, right? Like if you're just throwing out statements, like if you come up to me and say, well, you did this because you just don't care, that's not healthy. Because now you're gonna put me on a defense because you didn't give me a fair amount of time to feel safe. So like I can talk, but if you come up to me and say, hey, I noticed that, you've been talking to this girl, you're texting her, I don't know what that is. Can you explain, like, because part of me is feeling a little bit just off about that, and I would hope that maybe you can clear this up for me because I find myself thinking about it. See, like that's different, right? But yeah, if you're asking me something and you're calm and collected and you're just, talking to me, then I don't think that's an argument. But a person who is either trying to hide things from you, they don't want to take accountability, hide things, not take accountability, that type of person will think you're trying to argue. They will definitely think you're trying to argue. What do you think of a guy that is playing hot and cold and breadcrumb? See, here we could look at this both ways. Is he playing hot and cold and breadcrumb, or does he just not like you? Like we could look at that two ways. Maybe he's just not that interested. Maybe he's interested somewhat. For a guy to say, I'm gonna focus on you so much that I'm going to actually create a game for you, especially in the early stages of dating, he doesn't even know you. He doesn't even know what you want or what you don't want. Now, if you're in a relationship, that's different. Then I would say, what kind of relationship are you in? But when you're in the early dating phase and you feel like you're getting hot and cold and breadcrumb, it's probably because he's not that interested and this is his regular behavior. He doesn't really want a relationship, or he's not really trying to move into it quickly like that. Maybe he's trying to weigh out his options and he's chilling. So, but it feels like that. It can feel like that because maybe he'll date another girl and then he's like, oh, it didn't work out, but I still got this girl. And then he's like, how you doing? Miss you. And then he gets his emotions out. So then I would ask, if you're early in the dating phase, are you only entertaining one person? Because that's gonna put you in a weird mindset sometimes. If you only entertain one person early in a dating phase, oh my God. Like because then you're gonna look at it like a relationship after a while. You're gonna only have this person on your mind and you're gonna start holding them to a relationship level expectation. That's not gonna fit the way the momentum is shifting, right? So you might take things a certain way and start looking at it a certain way because you're not distracted enough. That could be a person that's emotionally unavailable, think everything is an argument. Emotionally unavailable, that a person that thinks everything is an argument. I mean, it could be, right? There's so many different ways to look at it. But at the end of the day, if you are in a relationship, then they need to be able to accommodate a regular conversation. So if they're not giving you that space and they're in a relationship, it would be really weird to be emotionally unavailable, yet be in a relationship that requires you to be emotionally available. But see, here's the thing. Some people are emotionally available. They just don't want to talk about stuff that makes them look bad. They don't want to be accountable. Like, they can hang out with you, say, I love you, spend time with you, go places with you, have fun. But then the second you want them to be accountable or you want to talk about something that might be a little uncomfortable, they just don't want to acknowledge it. And that could be for a variety of reasons, right? Thank you so much for the heart, Infinity. Yeah, some people just don't like to be the bad guy, or they don't like growth and healing. Q&A, what is the best way to just vibe with a new person? Good men and women seem to be genuinely traumatized by life and dating. How to get to know someone in a genuine way. You need to look at each other as friends and not like dating prospects. The problem with society right now is men and women are so quick to jumping in and saying, I look at this person through a dating lens. You're attractive, you're hot, there's something about you, we got chemistry. And we so badly want to indulge in that before we even get to know if the person is worth spending that time with. We don't do a good enough job of vetting people out. So what I would say is a number one way is to look at them as a friend first. Like literally hang out with them without the dating expectations, right? And I know everyone's gonna disagree with me because they're like, well, Xavier, in a perfect world. But at the same time, this is what's causing a lot of us to have issues. We consider a person before we even know them. Oh, they're good on paper. I already got butterflies. And it's like, it's what? Like, I understand. Here's the thing. I understand you could like someone quickly. I can like someone very quickly. I can like someone in a week. But I can tell you this, it don't matter how much I like you in that week, I'm still gonna be looking at you like, if you mess this up, I'm out. I don't care how I feel. I'm willing to work through the hard feelings of leaving because I don't wanna be stuck in this too long. So now when I talk to women like that I'm interested in, I spend more, here's what I do personally, right? Take it how you want. I spend more time talking. I used to not do that. I used to be so quick to just making plans all the time, right? And don't get me wrong, I still make a plan, but now I'm like, I wanna know everything about you. I wanna know about what you're doing today, right? What's your favorite color? What frustrates you throughout the week? What's currently going on in your life? What do you want in the next 5 years and how's that going for you? What's something that just annoyed you this morning that you don't even want to think about? What's going on with your girlfriends? Like, what are they saying? Which friend is the fun one, right? I want to know so much about you because I want to know that we can actually vibe together. If we go out, I plan an activity. I don't just sit at a dinner. I used to make the first date a dinner. But it's so hard for me now because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and talk to you. You eat, I eat. Don't eat. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just chewing. Let me chew before I give you the answer. Now I'm like, you know what? Let's go out. Let's do something. Because then we're both gonna run into things. Let's see how we deal with that. If we go bowling, right? Oh, that ball's a little heavy. Right? Or we walk through the park, a dog runs up to us and we're both scared. How do we handle that? See, like you need some real life things to start happening because at the end of the day, I want to be with my forever person and I would love for her to be also my best friend. I want to feel like I can't wait to get up and talk to her and I don't have to worry about, oh, what's it going to be like today? What mood are we in? Oh, is there something going on? There's some guy, there's some problem. Oh no, I'm getting manipulated. Oh, it's a bad day. I'm getting treated badly. They don't want to talk to me. I can't be vulnerable. I don't want to have to go through that. And I'm sure that all of you ladies, I'm sure that you can say this in here, y'all probably got one or two girlfriends that you know you can go to about anything. And you're totally comfortable with the way that they are going to talk to you. You got one or two girlfriends that you know you can go to and talk about anything. You could talk about your day, your hair, your nails, what you plan on doing, the craziness that's going on in your life, the stuff you saw today. It's some of the stuff you tell your girlfriends about so much that if you told the average person, they would be like, you talk about that? That's how I'm trying to be with my person. If I can't be like that, I don't want it. So that's one of the problems with society is we think about how we're gonna date them before we think about how we can friend them. And that's where a lot of us are getting it wrong because yes, it's easy to tell yourself more than what the picture presents you, right? It's easy for me to tell myself that this person could be something based on stuff I see, but I don't really know them. Just because they look away and sound away and act away and say certain things doesn't mean that that's totally them. Like I could tell you for a fact, my best friend, I know he can do certain things that's kind of crazy, but I know how normal he is. Like I know how like reserved and scared he is of certain things. I know that if he gets into a certain situation, he could go a little crazy. But I also know that that's not really him. That's how I'm trying to feel. That's what people should be looking to feel. Do you know your person? More than, are they following these rules? Are they following this criteria? Are they meeting this? Are they hitting all of my checks? But do you know your person? Even though they're doing this, are they really this? Even though they had a bad day, do you know them to be normally a more calm person? Can you still be like, that's just them, that they're just having a moment, right? When you can feel confident about your person and knowing them, that's what we should focus more on than just dating them and getting in bed and smooching, right? What type of person are we dealing with? When you focus more on who the person is to you as a friend and genuinely getting to know them as a person without all the expectations, when you focus on that more than are they date ready, you're gonna find that you're not compatible with so many people. It's gonna be so easy to date, so easy, because you're gonna know so quickly, like, okay, on a friend level, I can't really get with this. You know, it's gonna be so easy because not that many, I would even go as far to say, not that many people can get along with that many people on a friend level. But here's what I would also say. A lot of us are dating people that we would not be compatible with as friends. Tell me I'm not hitting it on the nose. You ever think of how this person would be if you were friends with them? Like if you never dated them, you never had feelings for them, right? And you were just cool with them. The manipulative people that are in your life, and you saw that what they were doing to other people, that they were doing to you. Would you even want to be cool with that kind of person? So that should raise awareness. Why am I dating someone I couldn't be friends with? Why am I dating someone I wouldn't respect if they were doing this to someone else? But it's happening to me. I'm letting it go. See, that's what I'm saying. If someone broke up, discarded you, shall this person's number be deleted and blocked? I mean, so you're asking me the question, right? But this is only an answer that you can answer. So people in the comments will gladly tell you an answer, I'm sure. But here's the thing, if you've been broken up with and discarded, then you need to ask yourself why you're even focused on whether you have their number or not. And if they constantly contact you, even though this happened, then you need to ask yourself, do you want to block them to keep them from taking up space in your phone? This is all your decision. If you're truly done with this person and you don't like them anymore, then why even ask the question? Is it normal for guys to put zero effort? His excuse, first, you have to behave for a while. So here's the thing. What's normal or not? That, I have not heard that response. But what I would say is someone telling me to behave like I'm some kind of child is not something I would personally deal with. And I'd probably never talk to that person again. You don't talk to me like that. That kind of talk is fighting words to me. That makes me want to fight. Behave for a while. Some Dom sub stuff. What's going on here? Chancla in effect, you funny. More dating questions, y'all. Don't hold back. You know we're doing it here. Why did he go straight on dating apps and partying right after he broke up with me? So there's two reasons why that might have happened. 3. Number 1, he was waiting to get out. and he really didn't like you that much toward the end. Number two, that's his way of coping. A lot of guys do that. After they break up, immediately they head back out because they're trying to deal with the feeling of loss, right? He might come down from that high and eventually get back to who he is, or maybe not. Or number three, that's just who he is. That's who he really is. He's just a guy who can go out and party. He doesn't need much time from a breakup. But what I would say is you need to ask yourself if you want to even care about that kind of guy. I guess. Yeah, it's true. He says it has to be good between us for a while before he will put in effort. What are you talking about? Did you just start dating him, or is this like a relationship? Why would a guy text you often times a day trying to get to know you but never call? He probably has a girlfriend, or he's shy. You've been together 4 years and he's saying that? There's got to be more to the story. I'm not getting the whole story because that's weird. I would have to know what happened in that 4 years for him to start talking like that. I don't just want to assume that, he's, being bad. But for him to say that after 4 years, I'd have to know the whole story. Like what got him to the point where he said this. So if you want to talk to me, you can go ahead and send me a DM and we can work together if you want to, because that sounds like we have always been on and off. Well, there you go. The second I hear on and off, I already know. He's pretty narcissistic and manipulative, but even though he's that way, going back is just proving that he's okay to be that way. That's why he's talking like that. That's literally the answer. You keep going back, and he knows it. So what is he gonna do? He's gonna get cocky, and he's gonna say, "You behave," because now he doesn't even respect you. Yeah. He doesn't respect you. Why would he respect you and you keep not respecting yourself? How come people just leave and never look back, just forgetting the past and memories? Well, because some people are just more equipped to move on than others, right? But at the same time, it's better to leave a situation that wasn't benefiting you and not look back. Like, honestly, people need to learn how to close the door because some people, here's what I would say. Some people believe that their happiness is still out there and they don't have to worry about the past. Some people are actually like this, where they don't have to sit there and think about what happened or what was. They can still appreciate it, but at the same time, they got to live their life, right? We're not promised to be on this earth forever. I don't want to have to spend more than 10 minutes thinking about what was, because I don't have time for that. I don't have time to live in a place that doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to move on as quickly as possible because my chance is still out here, and I move with a sense of urgency. He kept sending hints, I ignored, and he became spiteful. Oh, yeah, he will because he thinks he owns you. I caught him lying about his female best friend forever, and instead of saying sorry, he broke up with me right away. Dang. That dude crashed out. It was probably better that he did that because you would have, honestly, this is going to sound crazy. Sometimes it's better to just leave because it saves you both a lot of problems, right? If you caught him lying, he probably knows, okay, I lied. She got me. Damn. She's going to hold this over my head. I'm out. It's better to just leave sometimes because being in a relationship where you got caught in a lie and now you got to hear about it all the time, that's going to make your relationship turmoil. I'm sure you don't want to be that person and he doesn't want to be on the receiving end. That changes the dynamic of the relationship. So sometimes it's better to just exit, right? Fail cheap and fail quick, right? Honestly, and for you, I would say that's a blessing. It's a blessing that he did that as soon as he did, because if you were willing to go through with that, You probably wouldn't have been happy. You would have spent a long time holding him accountable, and he would have done little things. There would have been all these arguments. Trust me, you wouldn't have wanted to go through that. Messages, I'm gonna apologize. Yeah, if you want, for those of you that want to work with me this week, I have an exclusive group. Go ahead and send me a DM. I'm living in the past a lot. It hurts because I hold on to people every time. Well, then that might be something you might want to consider working through, right? There's nothing wrong with it, but it is very counterproductive to your journey. So at some point, you might want to consider working through holding on to the past. Because there's too much life to live, right? There's too much life. I gotta plug this up. You should really join this group. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Myra. Join the group. We support each other every day in the group. We support each other every day. If you're going through something, if you're going through pain or healing, there are people, including me, that will talk to you in there. I'm trying to plug this thing in. You know what? I'm just going to have to get more plugs. It's hard to see a narcissist until you are out of it from experience. Well, and I hear that experience. I would say, yeah, especially if you experience it the first time. Now, after the first time, I would say, yeah. But yeah, when you first go through it the first time, it's hard to notice it. It is hard because it's like, dang, I've never experienced someone who acted like this before. I've never felt this way because they get you wrapped up into such a traumatic type of deal that it's almost like you don't know the difference, right? Because the only way someone can generate these kinds of emotions is if they're manipulating you. And if you're not used to people trying to manipulate you, then you're going to be out of the game. You're going to be like, I don't understand what's going on right now. Because it feels like love. It sounds like love, but it's not. It feels like it's good. Sometimes I'm getting the blame. It sounds believable, but it's not. My boyfriend told me we need a breakup. It'd be like 1 month now. I never hear from him. Am hurting. Well, is he still your boyfriend? Maybe that's one of the reasons why you're hurting. You know, maybe you should not call him your boyfriend. He doesn't, here's the thing. If a guy breaks it off with you or things end, he no longer deserves the title of boyfriend in your life. He is demoted. Because what that does in your brain is that gives him a position. He's my boyfriend. No, he's not. He's someone that used to be. But now you can do better. Now there is a man out there that's way better for you. Your husband is still out there. Your forever person is still out there. He does not deserve that type of title in your life. Will a guy feel anything if you go no contact and will never talk to them again? You might need to talk to me. I'm seeing your questions and I'm thinking we might need a conversation. You need specific information. Send me a DM. I need a shirt to advertise and promote your group. That's a good point. I never thought of that. Yeah, hurting. Send me a DM. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So here's the thing, y'all, is like, much love to you. Thank you. A lot of these people, a lot of these guys do not deserve the type of effort and the type of love that they get from you. They don't deserve it. Because you got to think, try being on their side. They just have to constantly show you that they don't care all the time. And they're okay with you feeling pain. They're okay with you feeling unresolved and unheard. Can you imagine even trying to be that person? Like, if you ever want to feel like real disgusted by your person, just imagine if you were in their shoes and then you did what they did. How disgusted would you feel with yourself? That'll tell you everything you need to know. That follow you would wear it. I got to figure out what the logo is going to be. You're right, though. And so I told a mutual I've moved on, and he became reactive and told them he's dating someone too. You sent a DM? Let's go, girl. We're going to get you in. Because this week, we have a good one. This week, we're going to talk about how to change. Nah, hold on. If you ever wanted to change a narcissist or manipulator, we're going to talk about what that looks like in this Wednesday's class. And I know what you're going to say. You can't change a narcissist, okay? I know that. I know. But I have worked with women that have gotten them to act differently. So if you want to know what that looks like, come to class Wednesday. Come to the group meeting, exclusive group. We only got a few spots left, so go ahead and send me a DM if you want to get in on that. If you want to know how to make them start to change. You can't change one. My ex was a monster. I disagree. I've gotten women to do it. Now, I'm not saying that some people in general cannot change, but sometimes there's ways to pull it off. How much? Well, go ahead and send me a DM. Send me a DM and I'll walk you through it. I've been having a hard time wondering if I made the correct decision. Breaking things off with my boyfriend because he had anger issues and would say hurtful things to me. Well, what's so hard about that? Boyfriend admitted lying to me, told him we needed to take 1 week break. Not sure if we should break up. Do you want to talk about it? You want to send me a DM? You think you might need that class? We're going to get you in. We're going to get you in, girl. Let me see who DM'd me. I'm going to look at who DM'd me. Why am I not seeing DMs? Maud, you said you sent me one, Maud? Is that in my TikTok? He says I'm making a mistake for leaving him today. Do you believe that? I had to get a restraining order, 3 years still back to like. He owns me. I took 3 beating and had to find out that I was cheating. Well, that guy was crazy. He's a psycho. He said he would change and he would go to therapy, but honestly, I don't know if it would change things. Well, yeah, you can't know that. Just because someone goes to therapy doesn't mean they're going to change. In fact, sometimes they get worse. You know how many narcissists go to therapy and come out worse? They got more ammunition. Sometimes narcissists go into therapy just to get the therapist to agree with them. So that's what I mean. Therapy doesn't cure all of this, right? A whole year, nothing changed. So I have to change by leaving. People don't change. Yes, they do. Heck, yes, they do. If people didn't change, then what am I? Because I was one of the biggest manipulators you'll know. Half of these stories are stuff that I've done. I'm nothing like that now. In fact, I'm so nothing like that now that I'm able to regulate, self-aware, all these things. So if I exist and I can tell all of you on the other side, then what does that mean? See? Now, I know that I'm kind of an anomaly, but at the same time, it's not impossible. Because a long time ago, I thought I was a totally different person. You can make the changes you need to if you want to. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cannot be in a relationship that's bad expecting to change the person you going through it with is what I mean. Well, sometimes you can. See, that's the thing. I understand the points you're trying to make because that's what the average person would say. Oh, you can't change them. You can't change someone. But guess what? Sometimes that's not true. Because there are people that have gotten people to do it. Like I said, I've gotten people to do it in my sessions. I've proven everything that you're saying to be wrong in certain circumstances, right? So I say this from experience. Like, no universals, right? Hold on, let me check my DMs. Got you, Maud. Maud, where are you from? I feel like you're from like the UK or something. Is it worth all the struggle though? For some people it is. For some people it is, yes. Some people are willing to go through hell in order to make it work with their person. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Now, maybe it's not for you, but that doesn't speak for everyone. Some people are willing to go through absolute hell to make it so that them and their person finally get to a certain point. And some of them make it. So there's no universal good. You know, everybody's got their own version of it. Well, I'm talking about this outside of extremes. So if you're talking about, physical abuse or anything like that, then no, I would say absolutely not. I don't speak in those terms. I'm not talking about that. No, those are automatic outs for me. I never condone any type of physical abuse. I would say whenever someone tells me my boyfriend hit me, I'm just gonna say leave. There's no reason for me to be your coach, right? Because I'm just gonna tell you to leave. There's nothing to coach through that. I don't believe that a man should ever put his hands on you or vice versa. So that's a totally different situation, than I would deal with. My husband lied about colognes for no reason, and it made him lose my trust. I can't bring myself to forgive him, and am I wrong? Wrong or right, send me a DM, Lisa, because that's something we're gonna have to talk through. You're from the Netherlands? Okay. The Netherlands. I would have never thought y'all were. I guess relationship problems are everywhere, but the Netherlands. I thought the Netherlands was all like a peaceful place. I don't know why. Like clearly, I've never been there, but in my mind, when I think of the Netherlands, I think of this nice place where everyone is just happy all the time. I don't know why. Thank you for tapping. Thank you for tapping. Did you go to therapy? Yes, I did. I went to therapy and counseling. He doesn't see anything wrong with himself. He doesn't want to see anything wrong with himself. We gotta change that, right? These guys are not dummies. They're not dum-dums walking around. Oh, I don't get it. They know things are wrong. They know things are bad. They just don't want to, right? And I sometimes feel like when we talk about these guys, we talk about them as if they're like 2-year-olds that never experience life. Like, oh, well, he doesn't know because he's so hurt. Like he's got so many problems, he just doesn't realize it. He's just not grown up. He's stupid. I'm like, no, he's not, baby. No, he's not. Are you a diagnosed narcissist? No, I'm not. No, I am not a narcissist. I've been to therapy and I am not a narcissist. But I very much have very similar ways to them and very similar thought processes. I'm close, but not quite. No. Like I have some of the same triggers that they do, which is when they do something wrong, their brain tries to tell them that it was deserved. I had that. I had that very much. And in fact, I don't know if you know Lee Hammond, but me and him actually relate a lot to each other. He's a diagnosed narcissist, and we've spoken. He's got a big following on here too, but he's an actual narcissist, and like we've spoken. But yeah, it's very similar. Like we very similar. But nah, I'm not a narcissist. Is that borderline personality? No, that's not borderline personality. You follow that guy too? Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He learned the hard way too. See, like I learned through women leaving me. He learned because of his wife. He learned because of his wife. You did a paid session with Lee? How did that go? I will DM you back in a second. Yeah, that's fine. Who else DM me? Oh, I see you. Hold on. Did you send me on? Where? Oh, on IG? IG has the weirdest notification. You sent me something on IG? Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. Yes. Got you. All right, so it looks like we might be filling up pretty soon, so I may not be able to take any more people replying to this. Wait, why'd you say my name? I'm replying to my messages because people want to get in the group. Okay. Thank you, Robin. Robin Heidi with the heart. I love watching your videos. I'm so glad. Do I have to DM you? How do I DM you? Sorry. How do you DM me? You don't know how to DM people? I can try to find you. I have a private exclusive group that are only for members who take it serious, where I break down all the information that I won't say on social media, but it's real information, and it's helped a lot of people get an understanding of everything. I even practice with people and tell them how, like, I play the narcissist role, and I'll say, okay, here's how you answer me, right? And yeah, so we basically do it, and we break it down to a science. We look at data, research, we put science into it. Thank you so much, Robin. Okay, I'll send you a DM. Who else wants a DM? Misty Gian. What a name. There you go. So I just sent you a DM. Let me know if you get it. We're going to go back to answering question. All right, hold on. Helping everybody out real quick. All right, send that back. Okay. I just left a narcissistic relationship and just feel so lost. Then talk to me, Madeline. Send me a DM, Madeline. Me, please. You want it? Send me DMs, people, because that's easier for me than trying to find y'all on live, because I gotta answer people's questions. Hey, Xavier, my session with Lee was good, but we got interrupted and had to stop. What interrupted you? What did Lee say? I'm so curious about this conversation. Like, what is he like in a session? That's hilarious. I recently lost a lot of confidence in myself and had to study myself even harder. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want to work with that? My dad called to tell me my mom had died. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh my goodness. I can imagine how that must feel. And you know, I'm so sorry. She said therapy was going good until that call. There's a thin line between love and hate. You singing? But Lee is all over the place with his attention. I mean, he's a narcissist, you know? Like, I mean, no. But that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious what it's like to talk to him. No, I'm just saying. She just got on here and wanted to make a statement. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like we were in a room talking and she just came in. Guys, it's a thin line between love and hate. Like, that's how I saw that comment. Huh? Tell me I'm wrong. Just as I thought. Good night. That's right. I'm going to make a Tumblr with one of your quotes, too. LMAO, Yeah, I don't even know my quotes. I need to do better at keeping it. What did I walk in on? We're talking about, same old narcissists, um, psychopaths, sociopaths, the whole nut. Is it okay for a guy to go on walks with a female friend, or does that feel more intimate? That is so that question is very tough to answer because objectively, it's just a walk. But I don't know what your situation in particular has going on. So you and I are gonna have to talk because, like, yeah, it depends. What's his relationship with the girl? You know? Yeah, okay, so we got people signing up. They're gonna get in this week. My 21-year-old son died last year. That's when my husband went and became a narcissist. But you don't become a narcissist, right? I thought you're just born it. He probably became narcissistic. He probably crashed out, maybe had a nervous breakdown or something. Hey, girl. Hey, Levy. Oops, I'm waiting. I'm warming up to the idea of dating outside my race. Yes. Yes. We talked about that, right? Didn't we talk about that? I know it was a while ago. I think we talked about that. Yes. I'm all about trying it, girl. Try outside your race. Because at the end of the day, people are people, you know? You never know what kind of connection you're going to get. Love the shirt and hat. Thank you. Yeah, we did. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised when someone might treat you right that you never thought. That you never thought. She said, I support this message. Thank God it's not the other shirt. I know, right? Y'all be getting on me about these shirts. I guess I never saw it. That is possible. That's a good point, Lisa. Lisa, did you want to join the group? Another confirmation. Yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, I think that not only dating outside your race is, just nice, but I think it gives you some perspective. You know? Y'all are awesome. We're getting people in right now. Your pup is adorable. Oh, is she trying to steal the spotlight again? I'm trying to find you, Lisa. Oh my goodness. Your name. What is this? 1122? It's too much work. Dang it. I sent roses for the pup. Thank you for the roses, Robin. Sorry if I didn't see it. What's she do? Lorelai. See, she'll climb up. Oh, we gotta wipe your eyes. See, she's just gonna fall asleep, man. There's, every time y'all see me on live and you see me bring my dog, this is what happens. She's gonna fall asleep. He's gonna fall asleep. See? Useless. It's useless. They want to see you stand up and be cute. Why are you? Anyway. Yeah, she feels like a giant carpet. It's just like carpet. She feels safe. Yeah. That's what I realized. I had to Google it. I was like, why? Because she's been doing this since she was a baby. Like when she was like 3-4 months, I used to pick her up and she used to just be like, what the heck? She would just like drop asleep in my hands. And I was like, man. So back to your dating questions. What's going on, y'all? Your energy calms her. Thank you. Y'all making me feel good about myself today. I guess y'all ain't got no more questions. We like puppies more than humans. Ha. Let me see something. Hey, Kim. Hey, Katrina. I love my husband, and that's the only man I've ever loved. Just want you to know. Okay. If this is flexible, if this is fixable. Well, yes, but it takes two people, right? So one person can't be doing all the work. One person carrying a couch is a nightmare. Two people on either side, you might got something. Xavier, scroll up. They hit you with a lot of questions. Oh, man. I wish there was like a scroll button right here because I always got to reach forward and advice on giving someone a chance, but different states. Different states? You can do it, but you guys better have your ducks in a row because if you don't know, like the first question should be, are you willing to move? You know, if you met the right person, may not even be me, would you be willing to move? Or do you want to stay? Right? Like, you need to have your goals lined up and be willing to talk a lot because it's going to be a lot of talking. It can work, but it is hard, you know? Yeah, like if I decide to entertain someone outside of my state, the first thing I'm doing is like, okay, well, what are we doing? Do you want marriage? Do you want kids? Do you want to move? Do you like where you live? Do you want to stay with your parents? Is it important to you that you stay there? How to be able to trust again after cheating? It really depends on the person, but we can talk about that. You're sending me a DM too, right? It depends on the person because some people can deal with it and some people can't. Now, I can always help you get to a place. That's going to take some coaching, right? That's not really something I can answer in one go. But yes, we can work on that. Who? How to differentiate. Is it important to have similar intentions and goals? Yes, that's like number one. And especially the same values. If you don't have the same intentions and goals and values, there's no reason to even start. Abort. How to differentiate between love bombing and someone being genuinely excited to have met you. Time. Because love bombing, the reason why manipulators will love bomb is because they're hoping that it lowers your guard quickly. Right? They're doing it because they move with a sense of urgency for time. If someone really is just excited, They won't try to do stuff so early. They won't need to sleep with you so quick. They won't need to go to your house. They'll be genuinely interested in just getting to know you as a person. Because think about it, if they're just so excited about you and they barely even know you, right? There's something to be said about that. Where's all this excitement coming from? You don't even know me. Just because I'm cute? That's not enough, right? But maybe it is enough for some people. It's enough for some people to be excited, but you have to they need to take their time. Go on several dates outside the house, have phone conversations, have hangouts. You'll know. Too many love bombers on this app. Too many love bombers in life. How can I get out of a funk feeling bad that I'm getting older? I haven't found my person. I'm 25. What? You're still like a kid. And I'm not trying to say that as like, I'm not saying that you're a child. I'm saying that 25, most people aren't even, I know a lot of people who haven't even thought about finding a person at 25, right? I would say age is really just a construct, right? Age is a construct, so think of it this way. I know people who are just finding their person in their 60s, right? I know someone people who found their person in their 60s, in their 70s. I've seen it happen. Some of those people are in my family, right? So at the end of the day, what you want to do is worry more about a connection, because even though people find their person at like 21, 19, 18, 25, high school sweethearts, there's no guarantee that it's going to work out, right? If you, with this time, you have more time to get to know yourself and learn about yourself, so you match correctly. Matching correctly matters more than matching quickly. That's the blessing, is you haven't met your person, but guess what? You can meet yourself. There's so many people that are in marriages that don't even know themselves, that don't even know what's important to them. There's a lot of people that don't even know themselves. So it's important to get to know yourself more than it is to get to be with someone, And I feel like, and I'm just gonna say this because I've heard this from a lot of women in my sessions. I've worked with over 1,500 women now, right? I've heard the common things. There's a lot of pressure on women to meet a guy kind of quickly. And it's almost like age is used as a way to kind of fear monger. But here's what I'm going to tell you. A lot of guys will fear monger women into getting committed to a man quickly. And a lot of men have convinced women that they should tell other women that same thing. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not, a lot of men try to do that because they think about it. They say, okay, you got to commit, you got to find someone, or you're not going to have options. And then you commit to someone really quickly and then they turn out to be crazy. Then they say, you need to pick better. But sometimes you got to take a little long to find your person. So what is it, man? Because it sounds like there's a contradiction here. Yeah, I will send you a DM. Okay, perfect. Thank you. What do you think of a person that runs away when confronted? It's funny to watch, but it kills me. Run away when confronted? To be honest, I think it depends on what they're confronted with. Is it hard to find someone because I always stay in the house? Oh, hell yeah. Let me tell you something. Staying in the house is the absolute worst thing you can do when trying to match with someone. Because, first of all, why are you in the house so much? Now, here's the thing. I understand. I love being in the house. Trust me. I'm a couch potato all day. You will catch me on here, and I will just watch episodes of Netflix. I just watched the recent season of Suits, but at the same time, I realize I'm missing out on so much life, and sometimes I got to get outside. But yeah, being in the house, that's going to stop you. That's going to stop you. Big time. You got to get outside, get active, get outside, do things. We're not meant to be on the couch all the time. Probationary period, not just for work, during the dating stage too. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you get it. Oh, that's for Tumblr. That's for Tumblr. Ah, that's a good one. Put it up. Why not? How to get the bare minimum from. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. You actually got me on that one. I don't know how to deal with an autistic husband. That is out of my wheelhouse. It says Do you guys see when it congratulates me? When it says I've been online for 90 minutes and it congratulates me? No, no, you don't see that. That's funny. Where to find someone? I'm always home as well. Man, there's so many things. So here's what I could say where I had more success in meeting people that were more like-minded. I got involved, right? I joined workout groups. You know, I joined like running clubs. There's a boxing club that I'm in. Stuff where there's gonna be kind of like a mix of genders, right? That's what I ended up doing more so over time. And yeah, that helped me because what I thought is I want to work on my fitness, right? So that's the first thing I thought. And then I was like, okay, well, I want to meet other people there. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to meet people where you go in those things. And those are other people that are keeping themselves active. Sorry, I've been on here a while. My brain is turned to mush. But I like what you said. You said serving the community. I believe that's also a good one because you're meeting people who are in the spirit of servitude, people who want to help people, who prioritize others' needs before theirs. These are probably people who are caring, who believe in that. Not saying all of them will be perfect, but putting yourself in places where people are already performing the role of the type of person you'd maybe like to meet, right? Because what we do is we try to go to like clubs and bars and try to find these kinds of people, but these are people who have been drinking, who are dancing. You know, they're not always like in the right state of mind for this, right? So you can do that, but it's not always the best option. I would go where people are sober, people are active, people are doing things, and that's where you can meet. And that way you don't have to worry about dating them. You can just meet them and talk to them. It doesn't have to be a dating opportunity. It could be a get to meet you and get to know you so that you can decide a lot easier if you even want to date them or not, you know? That's a lot easier. I'd like to be in a place where I can get to know people, and through getting to know them casually, then it could be like, do we want to date? Because now I know you. Nah, not for me. Thank you, Myra. Myra is the GOAT today. She is keeping y'all active on this live. Y'all are raising me to so many points. Thank you so much, Myra. Oh, meetup group. Yeah. How can you be sure? How can you be sure the person is really into you if it seems they are too busy with life, but still makes time for you at least once a week? Well, how long have y'all been dating? How long have y'all been dating? Hey, we're at, what is it? 10K. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. We got the 10,000 likes on TikTok because of everyone's fingers tapping on the screen. Myra, appreciate you. You are the GOAT. You're doing big things. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Myra, the Puerto Rican from New York. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much. See, TikTok is rocking. Instagram is good too. I'm looking at TikTok and Instagram right now. We persistent folks. What can I say? Yeah. I love y'all. All right, dog. You're making me hot. She won't move. I'm tired today because I went to the gym and she's doesn't want to move. You can't see it, but she does this thing when I try to like push her. She's like, look if I push her. She won't move. See? She just turned around in the same spot. If I don't move her, she will stay here the rest of the day. What kind of dog? It's a Cockapoo and Bichon mix. Cockapoo and Bichon. For those of you, I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with a Cockapoo or Cocker Spaniel, but good Lord, these dogs are so people crazy. They don't even like the dogs. Like, I'll take her to the park and she'll run up to the people. Oh, she's the sweetest. Yeah, she's gonna stay here the rest of the day. So like I said, thank you so much, y'all, for the 10K likes. We made it. I'm gonna watch. I'm doing more lives. Y'all are making me excited to do more lives. But like I said, you will not get as much value here as you do in the private group. The private group is where it's at. That is where you get the most information. Right. Thank you, Xavier. No, thank you. But like I said, send me a DM if you want. Not only am I handing out one-on-ones, but also the private group. If you want that, send me a DM. Wow, my new post on TikTok has almost hit 10,000 views. I just posted it 3 hours ago. Let's go. Can I get info on info on private group? Info on info? Heather, wait, are you in it already, Heather? Oh, no, you're not. Yes, I can. Yep, I just sent you a DM. I'm gonna give you info on info. What's going on with Instagram? Hi, I'm from Germany. What's the subject? Do they not give you the subject when you get on? Scroll up, I have a question. Come on, Lorelai. What do you want? Let me see the question. Have you ever thought of doing a seminar where we can all go in person? Yes, I have thought about doing that. I don't know where. Where would I go? Where would I go? New York? Please come to Texas. Yo, how many of y'all are in Texas? Do a tour. Do a tour. So New York and Texas. Everybody's in tech. Yo, there's so many Texas people in here. I didn't even. Lorelai, she's like scratching me. Man, you need to hire me because I got ideas. You want me to hire you? I need to get a little bit more business. Come to Michigan, lots of crazies here too. Yo, I went to Michigan once. That was it. I went to Detroit. I was on the plane, and the dude kept yelling on the plane. He was like, "Oh, it's too much. I want a drink." One girl was like, "I'll buy you a drink if you shut up," and all the women started like clapping. It was a dude just being so loud in the plane going to Detroit. Then he tried to talk to me. I was like, "No, please, God, no." You're in Sweden? Oh my God. I'll volunteer to help too. See, people already are telling you they would go. And do an online invite for those of you in the city can't attend in person. That's a great idea. I like New York and I like Texas. This is gonna be hard. You know what's really good in Texas is the food. Oh my God. The food in New York is good too. Food in New York is good. Like, what I like about Texas, I like the Texas brisket. I love me some brisket. And I love the tacos in Texas. I had some tacos over there. I remember I was staying in the hotel because I had like a convention. And I was in a hotel overnight. And it was like 2 or 3 a.m. And they were like, "We got tacos." And I was like, "Give me the tacos." Those were some of the best tacos I've ever had. These people made straight up cheese omelet in a taco. You gotta have an authentic Mexican taco in Texas. Yes. The tacos in Texas are crazy. It's like New York got its pizza, right? Make a video, ask for ideas, and boom, you got your game plan on what to choose from. True. Because so many people live in so many different states and countries. They walked around the plane like it's an open bar. No one is talking about how hard it is getting out of a toxic relationship and being now in a healthy. Well, but that's because most people don't make it that far. You're talking about something that's rarely experienced. It's like seeing a Loch Ness monster. What? Getting out of a toxic relationship and into a healthy one? Sheesh. Yeah, but it is hard. But which state has the best milkshakes? See, I love milkshakes. God, Lord. What is, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what state has the best milkshakes, because then I'm going to have to go. Lorelai, what do you want to do? Look at the people. Now say goodbye. Illinois? Don't tell me that. We're putting on face on some of those shirts and tumblers. She wants to sleep. Yeah. Go ahead. She's feeling good today because I cooked her food today. She's feeling real good. She's getting treated right. She's like, you grilled me up some chicken today. She had stomach issues yesterday. She was like puking. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to cook her some food. So I cooked her some food today, and now all she wants to do is sleep. She got fed. She's eating better than me. Eating better than me. I haven't even eaten yet today. I made that for her. Is she allergic? Nah, I think that she probably ate too much, you know? An ex-date? What do you mean by that, an ex-date? Put your daughter on the exclusive shirt. I mean, me on the front and the dog on the back. Cold Stone has good milkshakes. Yes, they do. Don't say that to me. Oh my God, y'all gonna make me fat. Y'all gonna make me want to eat. Oh man. I want to get into a healthy relationship. I'm currently dating. Well, I got your DM. We're DM. We're gonna talk. Who else wants to work with me, by the way? Who else wants a one-on-one or wants to be part of the exclusive group? Because this week we're going to talk about talking to a narcissist and manipulator. We're going to go run through that. If you want that, go ahead and send me a DM, and I will get back to you, and we will book you time with me. How old is she? She's 1.5 years. So she's a little baby. Robin, you want to work with me? Are you fasting? Who are you? How do you know about when I fast? Hold on, why did you look familiar? Or you just asking in general? I do intermittent fasting. I do. So that sucked because I was like, dang, I'm watching my dog eat this food and I want to eat this food. Oh, Maya. Hey, Maya. That's how you say it. Hey, I just followed 2 people from this live. She's looking out the window? Yeah, because she probably wants to be outside. Intermittent fasting be rough. Yeah, it's rough. I hate it. But I'll tell you what, it feels great. Me 3. And you said you fed the dog and not yourself. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty good thinking there. You 3 what? What times do I fast? I fast until, what time do I fast until? I fast until about 4 or 5 p.m. And then I eat between 4 p.m. and about like 7 or 8 p.m. And then I don't eat until like the next day. Yeah, I eat 1 time a day. 1 time I get it all in. Sometimes I mess up, but I try to stick to that. Sure, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Everyone's still here. Let's go. Oh, that's a long fast. Yeah, it is. We broke up. We broke up 3 weeks ago, but it feels like it's been forever. Why do I think? Why do I? Why do think I feel this way? Because you're used to being with somebody, right? You're used to being with someone. So now you're not with them, and it's going to feel like you gotta understand when you're dating someone or when you're in a relationship with someone, that's like an all day affair, right? That's like morning to night, constant communication. All of that is gone. So there's a lot of different things that you're giving up rather than just someone's presence, right? That dating coach Benny? Who's dating coach Benny? You know what's funny? It's like I really don't get on social media like that. So sometimes when you tell me about people, I'm like, huh? Is it somebody new? Who's Benny? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Daddy Academy. Who are you talk? I don't know these people. I've never even heard of him. This is the first time I've ever heard of him. I might have to look at his stuff because I have no opinion because I don't know. What to do with a husband who brings toxic patterns he learned at home into our home, then shifts the blame to me and makes excuses for terrible things he does. Huh? It sounds like that has more to do with you than him, right? X is better than Daddy Academy. Thank you. Gonna DM you because you missed my question. Yes, DM me, please. You might have to consider, getting counseling, both of you. Because if things are happening where you guys aren't feeling like you're in a safe space together, it might be time to get an outside opinion. That's what I would say. Oh, you said it here. I'm gonna say this from all the dating coaches, Xavier Smith is the only valid one, just saying. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. And I'll tell you what, I know I appreciate y'all. Much love. And if ever you wanna, ask my opinion on if someone else is legit or not, of course I always got your back. Because there's some good people on here, but I heard a lot of the dating coaches and relationship coaches, they do some shady stuff behind the scenes. I've heard some reports and yeah, like we're not gonna get into it because I don't, but yeah, I'm interested in your group. You're interested? Well, let's get you in, girl. I'm gonna send you a DM, Maya. Okay, I sent you a DM. Good lord. I'm curious what you think of him because he sounds toxic AF sometimes. Yeah, see, I don't know where these dating coaches are getting their information. See, for me, it's like the reason why I know what I know is because I just look at honesty, right? And what some of the dating coaches will try to do is say, oh, we're gonna talk about, how to push something. See, I don't wanna push anything, right? I don't wanna say you have to go this way. I'm looking at what's unfair, right? And I'm looking at it very objectively. What's unfair? What doesn't work for just anyone, right? And things, manipulation, lies, deceit, stuff like that, So how to find that out as quickly as possible and how to make it so that we approach with fairness, right? That's what I want, for people. So I don't know if some of these dating coaches, what they do is they sometimes, they try to like And I know I do it somewhat too, but they try to like make everyone believe that there's one way for things. You know, like, oh, well, it just has to be this way. If you're a woman, it's got to be like this. And if you're a man, it's got to be like this. But that's just pushing their own views, right? That's not giving people their own space to figure it out on their own. And that's where I think, you know, my style is clearly a little bit different because I'm all about what do people want? How can I make this situation clear for you so that you can figure it out for yourself? Let's break the construct of what gender is supposed to do what, feminine versus masculinity, who's supposed to pick this up and who's supposed to do that. I'm like, let's just figure it out ourselves, right? It's almost like they're trying to create this pattern where you have to follow a certain way of being and they got to follow it. But as human beings, we are changeable, adaptable. We may not be the same person we are right now in the next 5 to 10 years. So that's where I'm just a bit different, you know. I call crap where I see it. And I'm like, that's not, see, be who you want. Like, for example, if you're the type of person that doesn't want to have just one partner, right? Like, let's say you're that type of person, man or woman, you want to have more than one partner. Being monogamous is just not your thing. You want attention. You want to sleep with other people. I'm not going to shame you. I'm not going to say you're a bad person. Where I would say the problem comes in is when you lie about it. Be honest about it. That's all I'm saying. When the lies come in, because that's what happens a lot of these times in these toxic relationships. Guys will say, I want to be with just you. I care about you. I love you. I prioritize you. And they continue to do the opposite. Why don't you just say you don't care? Why don't you just say you don't love that person, right? You just want the benefits of love. You can say that. Hey, you know what? I don't really, feel that for you. But at the same time, I do like hanging out with you. Then just say that. And if you sign up for it, then that's on you, right? But outside of that, I think that the lies are what some of the worst things are about society nowadays. And it's hard to get away from it because so many people are pushing agendas now. So it's like, if you don't follow these rules, you're a bad person. So I have to say exactly what you want me to say in order to be in with the crowd and not shamed. But then that's what people do. When we're pushing people out of society because they may not live the same way that we do or share the same values and opinions, do you know that you just created an avenue for someone to screw you? Like, I don't think we realize that we inadvertently cause our own doom. You just gave a person the keys to manipulate you. Okay, well, I'm just gonna act like I'm this person. So this person is a wolf in sheep's clothing now. This person can sleep around and not feel a thing, right? Like, they literally have no regard. And you told them it's not okay to be that person. Instead of saying, hey, maybe we can find a way to get you there if that's what you'd like. Maybe we can find a way to help your thinking process. No, we just automatically shame them. And what do? They got nowhere to go. They're like, oh, you're not telling me to get help. You're not telling me that I have a safe space. So I'm just going to hide it. So now you got people that are dating you that are talking like you. Oh yeah, I'm monogamous too. Oh yeah, sleeping with someone for me is like an experience. It's like a transcending experience. I only see it through love. And now this person cheats on you 4 ways from Friday. And you're like, how did they do that if they love me? And you can't seem to understand that because they were never that person. That's what they sold you on. Because they needed you to want them and to get in. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, they were acting exactly. And see, a lot of the times these people are not given a space where it's okay for them to be themselves. So what they do instead is they lie. And then when they lie, they don't discover themselves. Because what if there is a way that they can heal? What if there is a way that they could see differently? But we lose the opportunity because we're so quick to make them feel judged. So I'm not saying that, people should be crazy or like I said, this is all outside of like physical abuse and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is that that's what happens, Because like for me, even in my sessions, I don't say this is bad or good unless it's like putting you in harm's way. If it's putting you in harm's way, I'm gonna tell you that's bad. But outside of that, that's what you choose, right? And I want you to have what you want. I'm not gonna tell you whether it's good or bad. I'm gonna just tell you the consequences. I'm gonna say, and consequences could be good or bad, but that's how you interpret it. Hey, I wanna get back with this guy, but he keeps cheating on me. Okay, well, get back with him, but I don't wanna be cheated on. You may or may not be cheated on. But his behavior has said for 6 months, he's a cheater. That's more than likely what you're gonna get. That's in his character. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you're gonna get. Maybe you could deal with that. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason to judge you. Because I can't say that I'm so perfect either. There's certain decisions I make that I'm like, God, could have been better about that. But that's what I think. I think that also helps people to make a better decision for themselves when they're given the option, because they don't want to rebel. I know we're on here talking a lot today. Today is a talking day, man. Why does he flirt but doesn't want to sleep with you? Why do you want him to sleep with you? Oh my God, you're describing my ex. I usually am good at that. I usually am really good at that. But your self-awareness helps with decision making. Yes, it does. And see, that's how you get a person to be more self-aware. Is you don't judge what they say, just present them with what you think the outcome is gonna be, right? That's how you help people start to wake up. Because just telling them what to do, that was a problem in the first place. Always leaning on someone to be the one to tell you what the right decision is or the wrong decision is, that's not always healthy. Thank you, Robin, for the rose. Thank you so much. So what you wanna do is focus more on them finding that themselves and waking up a little bit, And don't try to project yourself onto them. Yeah. Can become codependent. Exactly. What if a man can't please you and understand you, then you shouldn't be with them. That's not love. Do I say goodbye or just block and ghost? I guess it depends on the situation. Why are you struggling between the two? What difference does it make? We've been dating for 1 month. He is still talking and has gone out with other women and gone out with one other woman. Well, I mean, if you're not exclusive, then that's how it goes, right? I mean, are you upset about that? You're telling me what's happening, but I don't know what you want me to say. It's hard for me to let go of. Then don't let go. Why do you have to let go? Hey, Monica. How you doing? Why does men give silent treatment? To punish you. He's been talking to other women on here. Right, but even though he's talking to other women on here, you're still talking about how you struggle with letting him go. So maybe him talking to other women isn't that bad for you. Maybe you can deal with that. Because here's how I look at it. If you really don't like something, it should be a quick out. If I put my hand on the stove, if that thing gets to a certain degrees, I'm taking my hand off. There's not gonna be no, it's kind of warm. No, this thing hot. Saying it's just conversation. Okay, cool. Saying it's just, oh, he's saying it's just conversation. I mean, is it? You might have to DM me. That's a good analogy. Thank you. That's what I use usually the other way around. I'm like, if he really cared about not treating you right, wouldn't he fix that quickly? If it really hurt him? Oh, I got your question, Myra. In your experience, is it harder coaching same-sex relationships, male or male-female couples? What is the most common issue with same-sex? So I don't think there's much of a difference, to be honest. Like, I coached a couple that were like two women, and there were just some differences. I think, it's really not that much different. Like, it's just based on the person, really, because it's just person by person. But what I can say was different between two women and a man and a woman is that the women really valued communication a lot more. It was almost like, because, women are typically a little bit more equipped with that, like being more communicative. But the problem that they had was they became very codependent on extreme communication. So if one of them cut it off, and they got really deep really fast, right? Like, it seemed like they moved a little quicker. With men and women, there's this kind of like this halt, like, oh, I don't know if you're safe. I don't know if you're cool. Now, some of them move fast, but what I experienced when coaching two women was that, their communication was so heavily relied on that it allowed them to move very quickly into the emotional side of things. And there were like no boundaries, right? It was just like, let's go deep, girl. But then it also became weaponized because the second that they wanted to make the other person feel bad, they would just cut the communication because they knew that each other valued it. So that's all I've seen be kind of different is like, I think that what I've seen two women do, they usually move a little bit more quicker. I guess because they communicate better. Oh, there's a second part. Sorry. Because from my experience, women, we are so emotionally sensitive and become extremely heartbroken when it ends. And I've been with men, but the heartbreak is harder on this side of town. Yeah, it's because, so you understand exactly what I'm saying. The communication is bigger, and from what I've seen. So normally I don't think there's a lot of women that have experience with quality communication from men. And there's a lot of guys who are not always good at that because they're taught, get quick to angry first before they say anything. So when you meet a woman that values communication as much as you do, and then you're in a relationship like that, I've seen that be a lot harder for them to break up. Like it was a bad heartbreak because it was like deep, If I tell a man I'm dating how I feel emotionally about him, why does he text back one word response? Because he don't want to hear that. He don't want to hear that. Does it mean he's emotionally unavailable? Hell yes. Because let me tell you, if you tell a guy how you feel emotionally, that should be the biggest win. You know what I mean? That should be a win. Like, oh my goodness, like she's finally telling me how she feels. I finally win. This is the person I want to be with, and she's giving me her emotions. Like, that's like an achievement, an award. If he's sending you back a one-word response, abort. Do guys respect a woman who's willing to walk away? It depends on when she walks away. If you walk away and come back 3 or 4 times, nope. But if you walk away the first time, in most cases, yes. But some men don't respect women no matter what you do. So sometimes it doesn't matter. You can have the best standards ever, the best boundaries ever, and some men just don't respect women. So it doesn't even matter. But what I would say is you're more likely to have someone respect you if you walk away the first time and you stay away. But unfortunately, you're not going to see the reward of that walk away. Ask yourself if you deserve better. I swore I would never be in this kind of relationship again. Here I am. I need to let go. You might have something else going on then. Because if this is the second or third or fourth time that you've been in something like this, then you got something going on, right? There's something else here because this shouldn't have happened again. When someone breaks it off but then messages, is it rude to not respond? Who cares? If it's broken up, I don't ever have to talk to you again. I could care less about how you feel. Shoot. When I break up, I'm done. I'm in therapy now. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm better than therapy, but continue. I'm not playing. How do I know that they genuinely care about me or if they just want me? That depends. Are you in something now? I feel like I am there until something better comes along, especially since he knows it upsets me. Then why are you still there? What are your thoughts on staying friends with an ex if you're in a committed relationship? So the coaching side would say objectively, as long as everybody is aware and there's been an agreement made, that's all that matters. The personal side, me personally, I could not date someone who's friends with their ex. I could not do that. I couldn't. I'm sorry. That would never work for me. This person used to date you. They know you inside and out. Y'all gonna be sharing stories and no, I can't do it. I'm not friends with none of my exes. That's why I'm asking, am I the one who was expecting too much too soon? I don't know what you're expecting. I don't know what you're talking about. How do you stop tarring every man with the same brush? You might want to revisit your vetting system. So your vetting system is going to help you paint a man differently, right? But when you don't have a good vetting system, when you haven't worked on your execution style when it comes to figuring out if a man is going to be for you or not, then that's all you got. That's your only weapon, right? So what you'll have to do is revisit your vetting system to see how you can find out if the man is genuinely genuine, I guess. So that's a self effort, right? That's more self than the other person. And the way to do that is to join my group and learn about my vetting system. I have one in my group. I have it. It's there was a class that I did on it. I'll probably do another one. I'll do a group meeting on it where I talk about how to use a vetting system so that you can make sure that the man is what you need. I just feel rude. So you don't rely on your feelings to make a decision. That's what we got to do sometimes. Stop letting your feelings get in the way of important decisions or decisions that make more sense to you. Because sometimes I feel like we rely so much on our feelings that it literally goes into analysis paralysis. And then we don't make the move, or we do make the move we shouldn't make, your feelings sometimes are lying to you. You got to make a decision regardless of how you feel until it eventually becomes your reality. How to make a man you like approach you and ask you out for a date. Why don't you go up to him? Another quote, don't let your feelings make your decisions. No. Man, if I let my feelings make my decisions, do you know how dangerous I'd be on the road? Every time someone crosses me up or I try to move to the next lane and someone speeds up, my feelings are like, I could crash you. I could crash you right now. How do we do that? Join my group. Join my group. All right, so everyone who wants to learn your vetting system, how to stop painting men with the same brush, how to get through this, thank you, Robin. Go ahead and send me a DM. Robin, that was an awesome gift. I appreciate you so much. Go ahead and send me a DM. A DM. LOL, driving like it's Mario Kart. Heck yeah. I want to literally crash out when people do that. I'm like, I want to. Do you drive a fast car? Sometimes. I have two cars. One of my cars is a Mustang. It's like an older Mustang. And yeah. I get Mario Kart on the road a little bit. I'm like, get out of my way. Why would someone break it off, but then message, block and unblock if I'm not responding? Because they still want it. They still want it. I agree with Michelle. Some boundaries you don't cross. It's called self-respect. Yeah, and some boundaries you don't allow people to cross. See, boundaries are not just for other people. It's for yourself. Like, for example, I have one slice of pizza. I could eat 4, but I have a boundary with myself to not be so gluttonous. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just for them, it's for me too. I could, let's say, for example, you're a very forgiving person. It's easy for you to forgive someone for cheating, but you have a boundary with yourself where you don't want to allow that, so you leave anyway. Boundaries are not just for other people, it's for you to make sure you keep yourself in check. Because sometimes we can make decisions that aren't the best for us. And then we're like, oh man, how did I get into this situation I don't want to be in? Well, that's because your boundaries have to be considered, right? For yourself. I'm tired of feeling like I'm being picked up. I'm waiting on the Lord. What does that mean, you're waiting on the Lord? Fast and Furious. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. See, this is what I can't stand. Y'all start getting funny on here. And then I start laughing. Someone said I'm driving like a Mario Kart. She said it's like Fast and Furious. Y'all are hilarious. They are playing games that they keep blocking and unblocking. Kalitha, is that how you said it? Kalitha, thank you for the hard puff. Thank you so much, Kalitha. You are amazing. Appreciate you a lot, girl. You giving me 40, 42? We're just racking it up, right? We're just racking it. 16K likes. Myra, we are in the game right now, Myra. We up to 16K likes on this live. I thank all of you. Every time we get there, I'm so excited because y'all are awesome hanging out with me on Sunday, right? Are you saying someone is blocking you still wants you? Oh yeah, they do. They do. But not in the way you think. Everyone's still here too. Yeah, because we are rocking on this live. We have fun on live. You know what I mean? We Kalitha again with the Gigi. And what is that? Send a vote. She sent, what the heck is that? Did y'all see that? Gosh, I wish some of you on Instagram could see some of this action that just happened. Kalitha sent, it was like a cat's paw, and it like scratched across the screen, yo. That was some of the craziest thing I've ever seen. Y'all saw that, right? It scared the crap out of me. Yeah, it left a scratch mark on the screen. Yeah. She said that was badass. It was. Kalitha, did you even know that was gonna do that? See, she did it again. Yo, that scared the crap out of me. You gotta imagine how I feel. Like, I'm looking at the screen expecting just my face, and then a claw comes out. It's all animated. Get my dog worked up. Boundaries are so... What the... I was like, yo, what is that? Okay, so for those of you on Instagram, there was a heart that popped up that Kalitha just got, and it kissed my nose. It like ran across the screen and kissed my nose. She's just having fun with this now. She's sending me all the ones that are wild right now. Important. I give everyone a chance, but if you do it again, it's a wrap for me. That's fair. They want to be possessive of your time and space so no one else may have you. Yes. You spit your drink out? Yeah, no, that was funny. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, it's not going to sting me? Wouldn't that have been crazy if it would have sting me? That's crazy. You saw the bee, right? Gosh, bees are so annoying. Just kidding. They don't really do anything, but I'm terrified of bees. When I saw that just now, I had PTSD. Do you have any other books besides the one I read? I'm actually currently working on a book. And because you got that book back when my following was down at like what? 100,000 or so? 200,000? We are up over 500,000 followers. We are heading to 600,000 because of y'all, because of you, everyone on here. So you think that book was good? Wait till you see what I got to say over 1,000 clients later. Yes, I got books. Oh, Kalitha, what the heck? Yo, I want to know how you get those. I want to do that on someone's live. That's really cool. Lorelai, do not go in the bathroom, girl. You're Africa? Hey, Africa. Kalitha, you are cool, man. Thank you for sending those. Iris is asking about other examples. Oh, wow, that's pretty. Thank you for that, Kalitha, with the paper crane. As to why they would want to stay but not have a relationship with you. Because they want to sleep with you. They want your energy, they want your time, they want your body, but they do not want to commit to you. And also, it's a holdover. Because you're not what they really want, but you're still nice to have. So it's kind of like a loner. I got your message on Madeline. Is it Madeline or Madeline? I don't know if she's still on here. Damn, let's go. This ain't Texas. Isn't that song? Oh, commitment. I forgot about that. Yeah, I get all the benefits of commitment without commitment. From Texas. She got the picture. I got the picture. That's crazy. Yeah, they're going crazy. TikTok is so much fun. So, are they still banning this or nah? Because I hope they don't. If they don't, life will be amazing. If they don't, life will be amazing. Can you imagine? I really hope they don't too. That would be so lame. That would be so lame. I'd be so mad. You don't think they're banning it? I had the same problem, and he finally said what I already knew. He is not ready anymore. Yeah, because the dude knows in like a week or two. We know in like a week or two. If you tell a man that you want the truth and honesty, why do they still hold back thinking they're going to hurt your feelings? Well, that's usually projection, right? The reality is that they feel like it would be awkward for them to have that conversation with you. So they feel like it would be awkward for them to have that conversation with you, so they're projecting onto you. And if you've expressed at some point that you're looking for an honest relationship and they're not giving that to you, they feel like you're not gonna like it. So, see, here's the thing. It's almost like lying, right? Like I'm trying to control the outcome by not telling you the truth. But that's lying. And Myra knows that because Myra read my book. That's what we call controlled outcome. Controlled outcome. I'm trying to control the outcome of this situation by lying. I'm trying to manage the outcome. And those are people you got to avoid like the plague. Wow, Robin, thank you for the gift, Robin. You are awesome. What did they mean by saying you're too good for me when already in a relationship with them? That means you about to be dumped. Because if they say you're too good for me, that normally means that's exactly how it sounds. They think you're out of their league or there's something about you that's way too good and they don't have the skills to meet you there. And unfortunately, there's a possibility that they're going to sabotage this. So what I would say is look out. Because whenever someone says, you're too good for me, thank you, Brenda, and they're not doing anything to fix it or to become better, sabotage is coming your way. So, yeah. What I would say, if they say you're too good for me, and I know how some of us reply, no, I'm not. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to challenge them. It's a shit test, right? So if they say you're too good for me, you're supposed to say, well, then why don't you work on that? I don't want to be too good for you. See, that's how you do it. Don't say no, I'm not. Oh, they're trying to get you to minimize yourself. Sometimes that's a manipulation tactic. Scarlett said they already have someone else. That's crazy. I was awake for 36 hours and read the book before going to sleep. Thank you for that. That was dedication. You're awesome. I tried to make it sweet and to the point. Like I didn't want to be so wordy, like I hate wordy books. Why are guys who have low self-esteem want to date a pretty girl and tear her down subtly? Because it makes him feel better to know that even a pretty woman cannot resist being teared down by him, it's a self-esteem boost for him. No wonder I get dumped all the time. I do say that and still single. Yeah. Oh my goodness. There's a dude in here saying something crazy. Wow. Thank you, Robin. It's like a party. Hey, nice to see you live. I'm an award-winning Summit and intimacy coach. Hi there. Good to see you, and congratulations on being an award-winning person. I don't want to share my energy with anyone. Yeah. I think he's a bro that's trying to get blocked. My question, please answer. What was your question again? Hey, from Denmark, I'm not that special. Why would you say that? What if I thought you were special and you just took it away from me? I always send my clients to your Instagram. I love what you share and teach. Oh, that's very nice of you. The world needs more men like you. You're so nice. You are so nice. I appreciate it. Let me Thank you so much. How do I get one of those awards? I'm trying to get one of those too. What if she comes to New York again, though, begging me to come back? That's up to you. That's up to you. You already know who she is. You already know what type of person she's presented herself to be. So even if she wanted to change, the likelihood of that happening anytime soon is not realistic. She's got to learn. So that's what you're going to end up dealing with. A person that's not really willing to change, or that may take a lot to change. Oh, you'll nominate me? That would be sick. I would go to London for that award. I would go. I'm saying I want to block from email, but I don't know if it would cause her to do that. Oh, you don't know. Well, how would she know if she's blocked? Does it tell her? Or does it just go nowhere? Gmail doesn't say block. So you good, girl. Block away. She won't even know. Saying she'll come here because she's worried about me if I don't answer. Well, here's the thing. I hate to say it, but if you entertain it, if you entertain her, then technically that is enablement. What you need to do is you need to be willing to drop the hammer. If she comes to you, have your phone ready, call the cops. And tell her that. I would tell her that in the email. If you come here, I'm calling the cops. You're going to have to go there. And I know that a lot of us don't want to go there with our exes, but it's either you or them, right? Either they're gonna get the hammer dropped or you are. Either they're gonna do something crazy to you and put you in a dangerous situation, or you're gonna take initiative and you're gonna protect yourself. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care if I've been dating you for a long time. One thing you don't do, if I say don't come and you show up, you're gonna be met with some things. You're gonna be met with some things. I'm gonna consider you a threat. I'm sorry, the world is too crazy right now. I don't have time for this type of behavior. That's a boundary. So, but if you don't do that, then that's on you. Because that's a decision, I know it's hard to make, but they put themselves in that position. Right? Someone says, consider what's your attachment style versus the person you're blocking, and consider what was the need not met that generated the attraction. Valid point. I have had to master the art of being unbothered in order to keep my peace. Who are you? Who is Mitch? You said the angle is better on Instagram? Don't forget, if you want to get into the group, go ahead and send me a DM. Do men block exes? Yeah, I'll block some of them. If a man refuses to give you his code or look through his phone, does that automatically mean he's cheating? Are you guys in a relationship? Xavier, do you have mods? No. How do you do that? What is a mod? Now I sound like I'm from the Stone Ages. And we live together? We're gonna have to talk. Send me a DM. You need mods? Myra, you wanna be a mod? You can be a mod. How do I make you a mod? I don't know how to do this. Boom. Heather, you want to do it too? Ha. Yeah, he's irritating me, showing no respect. They want to get Mitch out. Mitch, you're going to have to go. Looks like people are not happy with your behavior. See you in the shadow realm. What did I do? I don't know, man. Bye, Mitch. Gonna have a funeral for Mitch. Mitch about to be in my DMs. Be careful with making people mods, bro. LOL, you need to make sure the settings are for what you... Oh, I'm just out here making everybody mods. Oh wow, so we're almost at 20,000 likes. Okay, we can do this. Maybe I can help. Can I hit the like on it? I can actually see myself. If this is the most meta thing I've ever seen in my life, what happens if I go in it? Oh, it won't let me do it because I'm on here. Here from South Carolina, do you think it's healthy to cut off lifelong friends because your BFGF wants to? So I think it depends, right? If the lifelong friend is trifling, then sometimes you gotta let them go. If it means that it's gonna make your healthy relationship strong, then you gotta cut them. But if they're just doing it for no reason, that could be kind of toxic. So I think it depends on the reason. Like, why you gotta give them up? What do they do? It's just an innocent friendship. They don't like the fact that it's the opposite sex. Oh. Well, some people have a preference when it comes to that. So I don't think it's I don't like you're saying, I don't think it's the lifelong friendship part that's the bad thing. Right? I think it's the fact that it's a guy. He just doesn't like guy friends. So I mean, it's up to you how you want to, if you want to sign up for that. If you find your guy friendships to be important to you, and then you want to be honest about that. But some people have a preference about that. I've dated some girls who were like, I wouldn't like if you had girls as friends close to you. Honestly, I personally don't care because I'm like, I don't, like I got my few friends and I'm done. But Xavier, can guys and girls be friends, or are guys always angling to get in? But see, here's the thing. You would think it's always guys. I would say most of the time it's guys, but I know women that will try to cross that line too. I think guys and girls can be friends in theory. But I also think I think there are a lot of successful guy and girl friendships, right? I know them. I know that there are guys and girls who've been friends for years, would never cross that line. So yes, it does exist. I also think that there are a lot of people that cannot do it. So I think it really depends on the person. I can't put everyone in that box. But I would say there are a lot less people, if I had to guess, that can do it than the ones that can. Because some people, they can't look at each other, as people. Sometimes it's always like you're an option, right? They always have that you're an option part of their mind going, and then once that happens, it's like it's not good. I would say it's mostly the guys, but like the young lady said on here earlier, she said guys are hunters. So if we're all hunters, then we can never be your friend because. That's what I mean by those labels. And I said that like an hour or two ago. I said you can't put everyone under the same label or the same description. She was like, guys should be the ones who chase. Guys are the hunters. It's in their if that's in their DNA, then I can never be your friend. That's what that means. So if you believe that, then you also believe that guys and girls can never be friends because we're always gonna hunt you. You see, that's why the universal things are not great. Because it's like it's not always true for everybody. For example, some people are asexual. That's an actual thing. Some people have no craving for it. Are we going to say that every human wants to do it? Females can be hunters too. Yeah, but according to the woman that said it earlier, she was like, only men are hunters. And I was like, I mean, yes, women do hunt. Yes, they do. We love them. We could be side by side hunting together. Warrior women are awesome. Yeah. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know. God, it's not coming to my brain. I forgot. I think I'm starting to get brain fog. I find myself having more of masculine thinking. Really? Do you like that? Do you want that? Me too at times. What kind of masculine thinking do you have? I had to become that as a single mom. Ah, good point. That's not easy. Being a single mom, you tend to be both. Yeah, I can compartmentalize like nobody's biz. I don't know if that's a masculine trait. I feel like that's like across both, right? We're both pretty good at compartmentalizing. I said the same. Yeah, yeah, y'all said the same thing. That's pretty cool. She said yes, side by side, powerful. Is there really that many guys with that many of those traits? Okay, so what do I do when I'm in the process of escaping the narc, putting myself out there on dating sites, so the help with breaking free and not most what? I don't understand this question. I'm in the process of escaping the narc, put myself out there on dating sites to help with breaking free, and most like the narc. Well, the problem is that you're putting yourself on dating sites to try to break free. You need to do that outside of the sites. Breaking free is a self-healing journey that doesn't require anyone but you. So that's what I would say is the first thing that's happening here, and that's probably, you know, a little counterproductive to your journey. Because if you haven't healed from your past person at least like 90% and you're just jumping into something else, oh man, that's gonna be tough. You gotta heal, man. Society states men are protectors and providers and dominant ones in relationship. Yeah, they say that, but have you seen half the men? I mean, really? I'm not saying, hey, I'm not saying I'm so great and perfect, but society always wants to put one person in this box and then be like, if you're out of that, you're not a man. They do the same thing with women. If you do this, you're not a woman. Like, society really loves to shame and judge. It's just like, been very plain that I just want friendship. Well, you're on dating sites looking for friendship. That's like going into a steakhouse, asking for fish. It's only gonna be but so good. So maybe don't go to dating apps. Maybe go places, right? Events, meetups, gatherings, and meet people and make friendships there where they're not expecting a date. If you go on a dating app looking for friends, even if, because I know some of these dating apps have friendship seconds, no friendship areas, they'll still take it like, sometimes that you want to date. Now you might get lucky, and some people will just be your friend, but that's a little bit risky, you know. Church work meetup groups, oh, that's cool. Tips for being more approachable in real life. I hate dating apps. Well, I'd have to get to know you. So send me a DM. Oh man, I'm getting sore. Okay, so anyway, I'm about to jump off. We have reached over 20 1,000 likes on this live because y'all are awesome. Everyone in here, I appreciate you and I love you so much. Thank you so much for coming on today. You know, we're going to do it again. We're going to be doing it all week. Make sure if you haven't signed up, if you haven't sent me a DM about the exclusive group on Wednesday, I got a few more spots ready, just a few. And we're going to talk about this and we're going to go into greater detail where we can actually talk. Thank you so much, Robin. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Send the message. Don't hesitate. Myra, thank you for the roses. I'm gonna let the roses play out. Myra wants to keep me on for a couple seconds. But what is this group about? The group is an exclusive group talking about narcissism, talking about manipulation, relationships, but I break it down to such a science that I don't give on social media because social media gets weird. But I will do that for you in the group and they get a lot of value. There's a lot of old videos that are recorded in there too that tell you all the answers. How to know a relationship is done early, what to say to a manipulator to see if they're that way on the first date. I got all of that. But anyway, send me a DM. If you are interested, send it and don't hesitate. And you guys will see me again. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Send me a message and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.